lovely, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna just talk about toys. So there's been a lot of things going on in my little toy world that I haven't really had like the opportunity to talk about. So this series is going to be when I have some random toy thoughts. I'm gonna come on and just kind of chit chat with you. So the first thing that I want to show you is a small Squishmallow haul. So with this haul, I have to say, these are Valentine's and Easter Squishmallows. So I was at Cracker Barrel the other day and I got this bunny. Her name is Robin, I think. Yeah. Here's her tag. And so I'm not collecting any Squishmallow that are the bigger ones that are not Bigfoots now. Like I'm fine with getting some random smaller ones and like Squishville and stuff that are smaller ones, but if they're not a Bigfoot, I don't want to really get this size or bigger. But I saw this bunny and I don't have any bunnies in my collection. I got another one previously that I thought was a bunny, and it's actually a big one, and it's like pastel. It's this one, and I thought it was a bunny, but it turned out being a dog, and the dog is so cute. I'm never getting rid of that one. So I thought I would actually get like a bunny for my collection. She's so bright and she has like a little pastel pattern on her belly. But yeah, I'm trying to like not get so many Squishmallows, but I did pick her up. I found some smaller ones too. I got the Woo. She's like a little tie-dye one as well, holding a little Easter egg. I know some people don't like the embroidery ones, but embroidered ones, but I like them. And I think it's cute. And I like the smaller size. I also got this one, Sophie, and look at that pattern. So I saw these last year in the larger size, but I didn't want to get them because they take up so much space. But then when I saw her in this little size and with the same pattern, like look at that. These are by far my favorite Squishmallow, like this theme, the ones with the patterned bellies. I love them so much. They're so homey and so cozy. So I love her. There was also a chick, like a little chick. I didn't get that one. But I thought I got, oh, I got those two. And then there was a mystery bag. Let me make sure there's nothing else. There was a mystery bag that someone had opened. Now, I know that mystery Squishmallows are expensive and that mystery toys are expensive, and sometimes the gimmick of those things are pricey. But I really get sad when I see people rip open toys in the store and then don't buy those ones because they're looking for a certain one. If you want a certain one, go on Mercari, go on eBay, trade with a friend if you have doubles. Don't open merchandise in stores. I understand that it's expensive, but don't do that. It just really bothers my heart. But regardless, they had taped the bags back together, but you could still see inside, and I saw this like fuzzy hair, so I knew it was this little girl. She is a Yeti, I think. So I think she would fit right in with my Bigfoot. She also has like kind of like tinsel hair. So in this case, I lucked out because somebody had torn it open, but I would have bought one of the mystery bags anyway, and it probably would have been this one. So yeah, I'm really happy to add her to my collection. I love how little she is. And then I did get a Bigfoot, but she's from the Valentine's collection. Caprine. I was seeing her on like everybody's like Instagram and like toy hunts and stuff, and I went and I was so trying to find her. Like look at her feet, and I found her. That makes me so happy. The Bigfoots are 100% my favorite Squishmallows. The two that I like the most in Squishmallows is the Bigfoots and the mushrooms. I don't think that I would get a bigger mushroom plush. I think I would only get the small ones, but the Bigfoots this size, I would still get them even though I have no space. And then I got a mushroom set. Let me see if I can reach it. So I got these two. I got Molly, and this is Molly. They're still on their little Valentine's card, and there were like several different sets of these, but I just want the mushroom one. Okay, let's talk about the next thing. So I'm not keeping all of these, but I think the toy line is a really cool concept. Did I keep the paper? Oh no, I think I left the paper and threw them in the living room, like the backing card. But I shared these on TikTok, but I haven't showed them on Instagram yet. And these are called like Darling Zoo Troop Family. They're called Darling Zoo. I got these in a lot, and I'm not keeping them all, like I said, but I'm gonna have to look and see, get some information on which ones I'm gonna send. But they came with these little blankets, and they just have like little animal paw prints around the outside. They're really cute. And then there were 4 sets that came in this lot. I hope I will be keeping at least 2. So there was the little hyena set. I think that this door can open. Yeah, so the door can open, and there's a mommy and baby inside. My 2-year-old absolutely loved playing with these, but I didn't let him play with them for very long just because I was worried that they would get broken. But here's the baby up close. It has like a blue tail. These came out in the 90s. And I think that they were meant to be similar to like Littlest Pet Shop. But they're absolutely adorable. And I'm going to try to get the full set eventually. Then we have the lions. They have the little gray cage. Here's the baby. Here's the mom or dad. And then there's the birds. Where's them? 1 and 2. And there's the monkeys. And I'm gonna go get the papers for them, and I'll come right back because they're so cool. I don't want to not let you see them. So I have the packaging. So there's this purple colored one, and you can see all the sets that they have available. So there's the birds, or the parrots, the lions, tigers. The giraffes are so cute. Elephants, hyenas, monkeys, and the zebras. So this is like the purple one, and this is the green one, and these were made by Trendmaster in 1993, and these particular ones were sold at Walmart for $4.86. So yeah, this is like a small set that would be fun to collect. I didn't see a lot when I was searching for them, but I'm sure that it won't be too difficult to find them. Let's see, I wrote down some notes. Oh, I discovered something called Aibo. There is a creator think Puppy Bot on TikTok, and she has 3 of these dogs, and they're basically robot dogs. They can interact with each other, they can interact with you, they can learn tricks. There's a lot they can do, and they're very, very smart. The price range is like $3,000, which I think is insane. She was saying that if you go on eBay and you buy ones from Japan, which will be a cheaper price range, like they're being resold, that those are only going to understand like Japanese. So you have to buy them in like English versions. There's a website called usibot.com or something. But I just fell in love with these. Like, I watch her on live stream with these dogs, and I want one. I will never get one because that's too much for a toy. But as far as like new toy technology, it reminds me of, you remember those little blue and pink dogs? They even made like Happy Meal versions of them. I can't think of their names. I'm gonna put a picture, of course, but I had one of those as a kid. I still want to get one, but they remind me of like a real version of that. So yeah, I definitely think those are cool, and you should check them out. Right now, the toys and the Na 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 minis. So if you don't know, when I got back into collecting toys, originally the very first thing that I collected that was not a vintage toy, that was before I even started my Doodle Bear collection, was Na 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 Surprise. I was at the store with my she's actually my second cousin, but she's more like a niece to me. My aunt was babysitting her and she was getting a toy. She chose a Na 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 Surprise doll. I thought that looks super cute, I would like one of those, so I got one. It was when they were actually covered and they were surprised. I got one, I brought it home. I was pregnant with my son then, and I just fell in love with them. I thought they were so cute, and I have gotten most of them up until these, like this last year's releases. I stopped getting them all because I just felt like the quality was honestly going downhill, and that made me really, really sad because I had loved those dolls for such a long time. If you'd like to see that collection, maybe I can film it one day. I still need to film my LOL minis, the candy ones. What are they called? Mini Sweets. The Mini Sweets. I actually have them right here instead of on their shelf because I want to film a video, but I also want to take pictures of them. I got this thing from Target, and I thought it'd be a really cool idea to put them on this like a little candy cart with like candy all around. So I want to do like individual pictures of each of them with their accessories, and then I can insert those photos into the video. So that's why it's taking me a while. Plus, I just haven't been posting that much because I haven't had any time that's not super late, and by the time I get my kids to get together and like in bed and stuff, it's like even later and I'm too tired to film, especially if I'm going to like put on makeup or something like that. It's over. Like, I can't do it. I'm too tired. Hopefully I get back into a more schedule soon. Oh, Na 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 minis. So, but the minis are out, and they're like the originals, but they're minis, and I think their bodies are plastic. Their clothes are very similar to the Mini Sweets clothes, the way that they fit. They're like a rubbery kind of clothing. I want them. At least this first release, I would like to get them. I just haven't seen them in stores. I've seen them on Amazon, as well as the Shadow High dolls on Amazon. And they're so cute. I'm gonna pull up the Shadow High dolls because I want to talk about my favorites and the ones I want. So, the site that I found that's the best, this is where I always go when I'm looking at new dolls. It's called youloveit.com/dolls. So there are so many cute dolls. So there's Zoe Electra, who is the... Okay, my battery died because I was talking too long apparently. So anyway, let's talk back about Shadow High. So there's Zoe Electra. Can she pop up? Dang, why is my phone so bright? So she's like the more like bluish alien one. Then she's my favorite, I'm pretty sure. Then there's Monique Verbena. She's probably my second favorite. I love how like deep purple her skin tone is, and her hair is amazing. There's Glitch. She's like kind of like a techie looking one. There's Carla. I don't know how to say her last name, but she's like kind of like a powdery pink one. I think her face mold might be different than usual. And then there's Dia, who is purple, like a lighter purple with the white hair. And then there's the boy who's Rex. I gotta be honest, like out of the first series of Shadow High, the boy doll was the only one that I didn't get. So out of these, usually from the Rainbow High or Shadow High series, I usually pick my favorite 2 dolls, 3 tops, and I get those. So if I were to get 2 or 3 of these, I would get Monique, was that her name? Yeah, I would get Zoe and Monique, and then maybe one of the others. I think that I like Carla, the powdery pink one. I think she's pretty. Her color's kind of different. But I do like the bangs on Dia. I actually kind of like them all. But if I could get 2, it would definitely be Monique and Zoe. Okay, so what else do I have to talk about? I recently discovered Monchichi. I think that's how you pronounce their names, and I want one so bad. Discovered Monchichi on like somebody followed me, and then I went to look at their profile, because usually if it's another toy account, I'll follow back, and if it's an account that's on private or something that is not toy related, I usually don't follow back, because I just assume like it's kind of like a community thing, and people who have like a personal account don't really care if you follow them or not, because they're not like a hobby account of any sort. But anyway, I followed her back, and I saw on her page that she had the cutest pink one. If you haven't, I'm gonna show you. Like, I'm definitely gonna show you. Oh, so cute. Also, there is another TikTok creator whose name I'm gonna put here, but she talks a lot about 60s and 70s dolls, and there was a doll that she just showed on her TikTok last night, and this doll is like a little alien doll. I really hope that I save the screenshot. I don't know why there's so many aliens on my mind right now. Let me see if I saved it. Yes, her name is Honeymoon. Little Honeymoon. I'm gonna see if you can see her. I really want one with the globe, so I'm gonna keep my eye out for that. But if you're interested in 60s and 70s dolls, I recommend following that account, because I'm learning so much about dolls from her. Mini Sweets. We need to talk about Mini Sweets. So recently I have the checklist here. Okay, so if you didn't know, Mini Sweets, the second series came out already, and I haven't finished the first one. Like, I finished the capsules, but not the Surprise-O-Matic capsules, like the larger capsules. So I kind of wanted more time to get those, but I guess I didn't get enough time. So my first impressions of the little Mini Sweets is that they're super cute. I just feel like I don't want there to be another series. I mean, they're easy to store because they're little, easier to store because they're little, but like, and look at her, like she is probably my favorite mini sweets of all time. She is the airhead one, but she has like all these pastel colors and the balloon is so adorable. I love them. Like, I love mini sweets, but like literally I'm not even done with the first series and this is how many there are. Like, that's a lot. That's the same way that I feel about Rainbow High and Na 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 and all of the toy lines that come out, OMG, that come out like super fast. And I'm thinking, like, if I was predominantly a new toy collector, which I'm not, I'm predominantly a vintage toy collector, but I do dabble in like the new toys if I find ones that I really like. But it's hard to get all the dolls that you want, especially when they're mystery toys. And I feel like what I did with series 1 capsules is when I got to the last one, I got a couple capsules. I couldn't find her. I had a lot of duplicates. I just decided to go online and buy her, and I found someone else selling her, and that's how I got her, because I didn't want to spend $20-30 more looking for her. And if you think about all of these dolls on this sheet at $10 each, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So you're looking at about $300 if you want to get all of these, and that's with no duplicates. Isn't that crazy? If you want to see the checklist though, there's some really cool ones. So for these are, this side are the regular capsules. We have lots of jelly bean ones, Airheads, Mentos, Peeps, Kisses. We have Icy, Cotton Candy, and then more jelly beans. I have already gotten the birthday cake one. She is so beautiful. I've gotten the sweet peach jelly bean one twice, and from this is the surprise-o-matic side. This is the bigger capsules. Oh, when I counted all of them at $10. The bigger capsules are $14.99, so it would be even more than that. But here's the ones from the bigger capsule. I see the balloon one that I got, and there's an icebreaker one. And you know what? I'm gonna try to get all of these. Like, I don't know, it's just really difficult. That's how I feel about it. Let's see what else I have to talk about in my notes. Okay, so let me show you. You might see this video before or after, but I recently got one of my childhood toys, and it's the Password Journal 2. It's very glary, so I had to figure out something to do about that. But like, there's all these other girl tech toys down at the bottom that I think are really cool. Let me know if you remember these from the early 2000s. This is from 2001. I'm gonna open it, guys, so you'll this video will probably be before there. I just want to show this to you. And then I recently got a new Cabbage Patch Kid. This is Arthur Henry, and he is a little baldy boy. I think he's from '87. He's not perfect. He has some little rips and stuff, but I got him this outfit. It's so cozy. I thought I wanted to talk about that actually. So recently I've discovered my favorite toy aesthetic, and I am not that aesthetic. I'm way more like bright color aesthetic collector. If you look at my collection, you'll probably think 90s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, just because of all the bright colors. But my favorite aesthetic is actually the cozy toy aesthetic. I'm gonna like pop a couple of pictures here so you can see this aesthetic. I love it so much. Anytime I see it, I repost it. Like, I wish it was me. I wish I had a second Instagram that was the cozy toy aesthetic, but I just don't think that that's my aesthetic. You know what I mean? And lastly, two more things. Oh, I gotta straighten my legs because My feet are falling asleep. I'm thinking about, so I'm about to move to a different apartment, but there are storage units here where I live that are not very expensive for one that's like a closet or kind of not like a full-size storage unit. But I thought maybe I would keep like 2 full shelves of toys at all times, maybe a third, because I do have my third smaller one, but I actually have like a whole closet in the living room that has toy sets set up, this one that's set up, and then these 2 shelves behind me, as well as like toys over there, toys right here. But I'm thinking about getting a storage unit and then labeling bins and little cubby holes and stuff, and like when I'm actively collecting something or displaying it, keep it on these 2 shelves, and then when I want to kind of rotate, to be storing those toys in a really nice way and putting them in the storage unit. That way my house isn't so like packed to the brim, because I don't want to stop collecting. I don't want to give up my toys. I don't want to trade my toys. I don't want to sell my toys. I don't want to donate my toys. I want my toys, but I just don't have room to have all of them here with me all the time, and I think that that's okay. I think as long as I'm conscious of like, oh, I actually have this whole storage unit full of toys over here, I need to like not buy every single thing that I see, I think that that would be okay. And I think it would be a good balance. Let me know what you think of that idea. If you could, if you have a hobby, if you could have a separate space to kind of use for storage for that hobby, would you? And it's only like 10 minutes from where I live, the storage unit, so I could always easily switch out. And if things are labeled really nicely, I think that it would work like a charm. Okay, the very last thing I want to talk about is just how I want my channel to feel. Do you remember when you were a like 10-year-old, 10 to 14 years old, and you would like go over to your friend's house and you would have a sleepover, and you would like do makeup or play with Barbies or just sit around and hang out and talk about boys or girls, or it was kind of like this cozy I got you, you got me kind of feeling. It was very like safe and warm and homey and welcoming in the best way possible. It was a very authentic experience. It's really kind of hard to explain it, but that's really what I want my channel to be, especially going forward. So I want us to just hang out all the time. I don't want things to be very structured and rigid. And I noticed that when I started putting like upcoming ideas under my videos, that made me not want to film videos, because it didn't feel that way anymore. So yeah, I want it to be like this, like we're just hanging out, best friends at our sleepover, you know. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Stay whimsical. Bye guys.